Welcome to Intelligence Gateway.
Disaster Recovery Policy Lecture 21.4. Explain the concept of a disaster recovery plan. The concept of a disaster recovery plan refers to a structure and comprehensive set of procedures and strategies that an organization implements to recover and restore its critical IT systems, data, and operations in the event of a significant disruption or disaster. The plan is designed to address various scenarios such as natural disasters, cyber attacks, hardware failures, human errors, or any event that could lead to a prolonged outage or loss of essential services. The primary objective of a disaster recovery plan is to minimize downtime and data loss, ensuring business continuity and the ability to resume normal operations as quickly and efficiently as possible. It outlines step-by-step actions to be taken during and after a disaster, identifies the roles and responsibilities of key personnel, and defines the required resources and technologies needed for recovery. A well-executed disaster recovery plan enhances an organization's resilience and ability to withstand unforeseen disruptions, protecting its reputation, minimizing financial losses, and maintaining the trust of its stakeholders. Explain the concept of Recovery Time Objective (RTO). The concept of Recovery Time Objective (RTO) refers to a critical metric in disaster recovery planning that defines the maximum acceptable duration or time frame within which an organization aims to restore its systems, applications, and operations to full functionality following a disruptive event or disaster. In simpler terms, RTO represents the targeted time frame from the moment the disaster strikes to the point when the organization's critical services and functions should be operational again. The recovery time objective is a crucial element of disaster recovery planning because it helps organizations set clear recovery goals and manage expectations during a crisis. It is typically measured in hours, minutes, or even seconds, depending on the nature of the organization's operations and the criticality of the service being restored. In summary, the recovery time objective is a vital component of disaster recovery planning that sets their recovery time frame an organization strives to achieve during and after a disaster. It plays a key role in ensuring that the organization can recover its essential services and functions within a predefined timeframe and resume normal operations promptly. Explain the preventive measures and potential recovery approaches. For specified systems, people responsible, facilities and equipment required, data backup location and format, network connectivity and bandwidth, suppliers of equipment and people, preventive measures and potential recovery approaches for the specified systems are as follows. People responsible. Preventive measures clearly define roles and responsibilities for system management, security, and incident response. Ensure that team members receive proper training and awareness regarding their roles in maintaining system security. Recovery approaches establish a communication protocol for notifying responsible personnel during incidents. Implement redundancy in personnel roles to ensure continuous support and quick response during recovery. Facilities and equipment required. Preventive measures regularly inspect and maintain critical facilities and equipment. Implement security measures to protect physical access to data centers and equipment locations. Recovery approaches have contingency plans in place to move operations to alternate facilities in case of a disaster. Maintain a stock of spare equipment to expedite replacement during recovery. Data backup location and format. Preventive measures create a comprehensive data backup strategy with regular backups at multiple locations. Use secure encryption and access controls for data backups. Recovery approaches test data restoration procedures periodically to ensure backups are functional. Implement a data replication mechanism to maintain real-time or near real-time data. Synchronization with backup locations. Network connectivity and bandwidth. Preventive measures Implement network security measures like firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and encryption to safeguard against unauthorized access and data breaches. Monitor network traffic for anomalies. Recovery approaches. Have redundant network connections to ensure continuous connectivity. Prioritize critical applications during recovery to optimize bandwidth usage. Suppliers of equipment and people. Preventive measures. Perform due diligence when selecting suppliers, ensuring they have a good reputation and adhere to security best practices. Establish contractual agreements that include security and recovery expectations. Recovery approaches. Maintain a list of alternative suppliers who can quickly provide equipment or personnel in case of emergencies. Establish communication channels with suppliers to expedite recovery efforts during disruptions. Discuss the significance of the following components within a disaster recovery plan: introductions and responsibilities. Incident response procedures. Activating the disaster recovery plan. Procedures to be followed. Significance of the following components within a disaster recovery plan. Procedures to be followed. The significance of the following components within a disaster recovery plan is as follows. Introduction. The introduction sets the context and purpose of the disaster recovery plan. It provides an overview of THEPLAN's objectives, scope, and key stakeholders. A well-crafted introduction helps all involved parties understand the importance of the plan and the criticality of its implementation during a disaster. Roles and responsibilities. Clearly defining roles and responsibilities is crucial for an effective response to a disaster. This section outlines specific tasks and duties assigned to individuals or teams during various stages of the recovery process. Having designated roles ensures a coordinated and structured approach, reducing confusion and ensuring that each team member knows their responsibilities. Incident response procedures. Incident response procedures detail the actions to be taken when a disaster or security incident occurs. These procedures provide step-by-step guidelines to identify, assess, and respond to the incident promptly. Having well-defined incident response procedures ensures a swift and effective reaction to mitigate the impact of the disaster and initiate the recovery process. Activating the disaster recovery plan. This component outlines the criteria and conditions that trigger the activation of the disaster recovery plan, defining the threshold for plan activation. Ensures that the plan is implemented promptly, unnecessary, preventing delays in responding to the disaster. Procedures to be followed. This section lays out the specific procedures and actions to be followed during the recovery process. It includes steps on how to restore critical systems, data, and services, as well as the sequence in which these actions should be taken. By having a well-documented recovery process, the organization can streamline the restoration efforts, reducing downtime and minimizing the impact on business operations. Overall, a comprehensive disaster recovery plan is essential for an organization's resilience and continuity during disruptive events. It provides a structured approach for responding to disasters, minimizing downtime, protecting critical assets, and maintaining customer trust. Regular testing and training of the disaster recovery plan ensure its effectiveness and readiness in times of need. Conduct research and explore the relationship between a disaster recovery policy and its influence on the recovery time and organizational impact in the event of an attack. The disaster recovery policy of an organization plays a critical role in determining the effectiveness of its response to a cyber attack and can significantly impact the recovery time and organizational impact. Here's how. Recovery time objective (RTO) and recovery point objective (RPO). A well-defined disaster recovery policy establishes clear recovery time objectives (RTO) and recovery point objectives (RPO) for different systems and data. RTO defines the maximum acceptable downtime for restoring critical services, while RPO sets the maximum allowable data loss. Having precise RTO and RPO guidelines helps in prioritizing recovery efforts and minimizing the Time taken to recover critical functions. A robust policy ensures that data backups are performed regularly and that the restoration process is tested and streamlined, reducing recovery time and the impact of data loss. Incident response procedures. An effective disaster recovery policy outlines incident response procedures that provide a structured approach to handling cyber attacks. These procedures specify how to detect, assess, and respond to incidents promptly. By having well-documented and practiced incident response procedures, the organization can swiftly initiate recovery efforts, limiting the time attackers have to cause damage and minimizing the impact on operations. Roles and responsibilities. The policy should clearly define the roles and responsibilities of personnel involved in disaster recovery. Having designated teams and individuals with defined responsibilities ensures a coordinated and efficient response during an attack. A well-prepared team can respond swiftly, preventing delays in the recovery process and minimizing the impact on business operations. Testing and training. Regular testing and training of the disaster recovery policy are crucial to assess its effectiveness and identify areas for improvement. By conducting simulated exercises, the organization can uncover potential weaknesses in the recovery process and rectify them proactively. Adequate training ensures that personnel are familiar with their roles and can respond effectively during a real attack, reducing recovery time and minimizing errors. Communication and coordination. An effective disaster recovery policy emphasizes clear communication channels and coordination during an incident. Effective communication among teams, stakeholders, and external parties ensures a swift response and efficient resolution. Coordinated efforts can help contain the attack, prevent its spread, and minimize the impact on various business units. In summary, a well-crafted and diligently implemented disaster recovery policy can significantly influence the recovery time and organizational impact of a cyber attack. It ensures a structured and coordinated response, efficient recovery efforts, and minimizes the disruption to business operations. Organizations should regularly review, update, and test their disaster recovery policies to ensure they remain effective in the face of evolving cyber threats. Progress check.
Thanks for watching. For more information, like, comment, and subscribe our channel.